Hello everyone, and welcome back to Eat Sleep Reef. In today's video, what we have in store for you guys is a brand new product that, believe it or not, as of the time of this video, it still hasn't even launched. This product probably won't be out, from my understanding, till next week to maybe a couple of more weeks. So I'm very excited to share this with you because it is a brand new product on the market, and one that I enjoy a lot. Obviously, as you guys know, I take a lot of pictures, whether on Instagram, I do a lot of video here on YouTube. So it's important to have the right tools. A lot of people are always asking what you use to take amazing photos, amazing video, and it's very simple, guys. It's an iPhone. I have an iPhone 10, and I use a POLYPLAB here lens or Coral Vision here filter to obviously capture that. So what we're going to be doing today is running down, for you guys that aren't aware, POLYPLAB has been developing and working on our version 2 lens filter. So it's very cool what they were able to do. Before we do get into that, we're going to take a look at kind of the original product, the V1. So in essence, the way the V1, kind of what you obviously got the clip on here that would adapt to your phone. You would then screw the lenses here on the top. But what you would have as well included in it was a macro lens, obviously for magnification. You guys can see it there. You would also have here, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's a 15K filter. So this is a 15K, and then this yellow one over here is a 20K. So obviously, depending on your light, depending on the look you wanted, you can pretty much sandwich these together, or if you really want to sandwich them all together to get, whatever look you're looking for. Obviously, a lot of lights are different, or, every user would want a different light. But I was always getting direct messages and people asking me, so what's the right combination? I'm confused. I don't know how to mix them up. And, I do my best to show them. But the way I found for it to work pretty good was stacking the 15 and the 20 together. Obviously, if I wanted macro shots, I'd use a macro lens here. So later, a few months down the road, they released what is a CPL. So it's a CPL. It is a circular polarized lens is what it is. And this, in essence, what it did, it made the colors have a little bit more pop, while at the same time reducing the glare when you are doing the top-down shots. So it was a very cool product. It was more of a product that wasn't really for everyone. Obviously, certain people, depending on how you viewed your tank, this either would work for you or may not make a big of a difference. But I noticed even on non-top-down shots, it did help with some of the glare. But again, this was later released and was an accessory you could buy. So recently, what POLYPLAB has done is they weren't happy with that. The average company probably would have stopped here and said, you know what, we got a good product, it works, everybody's happy, let's just kind of stop what we're doing and continue with sales. But no, POLYPLAB, being the company they are, and obviously this is why they're so well respected, they went on to develop an even better product. Especially you guys that own this, you're probably saying, how in the heck can they make it better? Right? So right off the bat, you're noticing something very different. This is the same product, just outside of the bag here. Do you notice something very interesting? You only get one lens, just one lens. So you're saying, what's going on? What were they able to accomplish? So in a nutshell, POLYPLAB was able to incorporate every single one, other than the macro, every single one of these. So you have the 20K, you have the 15K, as well as a CPL, all in one beautiful, newly designed lens. So obviously what this is able to do, it pretty much takes all the guesswork. Takes all the guesswork of how to sandwich them, what way, whatever the case is. Not to mention, it's a lot easier to store, a lot easier to take care of. You only got to really worry about one lens. So what POLYPLAB was able to do, it's a little bit difficult to see, but they were able to incorporate both the 15 and the 20K, as well as the CPL filter, all in one lens. So I'm pretty sure you guys are like, okay, I don't want to hear you talk anymore. I want to see the difference. So one thing before I do jump into the videos, the shots I took for you guys, right off the bat, in the testing I did, I noticed with this combination here, which is a V1, it's a more saturated picture, but it's an oversaturation. A lot of people always comment in my videos like, oh, you add saturation. I don't add any saturation to my videos. This is all I use, guys. But I did notice the color you get from this is not exactly the color you see. It's a little bit oversaturated, just a hair. Also, the color blending on the blues was a little bit different. But immediately what I noticed with this filter, and I'm not even joking around, guys, it looks pretty much identical to what I see with my naked eye, which is a good thing. I'm very happy you guys get to look at my tank pretty much how I see it, with no oversaturation. I think the blending on it is very nice, specifically in the red color. I noticed on my red Montipora, this would tend to oversaturate it and kind of start making it look more in the pink, where this really what you see is exactly what I'm seeing. So enough talking. What we're gonna do now is give you guys some comparison shots. We're gonna do some shots with this, we're gonna do some shots with this, and both of them together, and pretty much show you guys what it looks, and then we'll come back here and wrap it up. So right off the bat, as you guys can see, like I mentioned earlier, you're able to see just the reds are not really that pinkish. The saturation isn't kind of on the edge as a border, or sorry, at the edge of the border saturation. And typically that's what I would find with the previous, the V1. It wasn't to the point where it was ugly. It wasn't to the point where it looked too unnatural, but it was starting to get there. So luckily with this new one, I'm pretty sure the CPL lens has a little bit to do with that, because the CPL lens will really flatten the stuff out a little bit, but not too much where the point where, it's not pleasing to the eye. I think POLYPLAB was able to nail it. I mean, it's crazy how they were able to incorporate all three of essentially their V1 lenses all into one brand new lens. It pretty much makes it easier. One thing I noticed right off the bat, as soon as you put it on, you get the color you're looking for. I even tried it with some whites. I wasn't able to change my light schedule here. My reef link just wasn't connecting, as you guys probably know. A lot of people have that issue, but anyways, I was able to put a little bit more whites down, and it worked perfect right out of the box. So one thing I really appreciated, like I mentioned, pretty much what I see with my eyes is exactly what you guys are seeing here. So the colors you guys are witnessing in front of you is exactly what I see. So no more people saying I'm oversat. Like, guys, this is what I'm seeing. I'm not even joking around. So you guys can see, I think just with the ease of use and the color rendition we're able to get, I really think they nailed it, and a lot of people are going to enjoy it. So coming up now, what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be throwing on the V1 lens, kind of just give you guys some contrast shots, give you guys kind of what that looks like, so you guys can really put your own opinion and decide for yourself if V1 or V2 is going to be the route you're going to be going. So before we do start, I'm going to be twisting the lens, because this lens, you are able to twist it. Not only does it help with the focus, but you'll notice the colors change just a slight bit. As far as, if you look, I think the Montipora is a perfect example. You can kind of see as I'm pivoting it, they'll either turn a little bit flatter or just a hair brighter as far as the color. Another thing you'll notice, if you get a little bit closer with the lens, you'll notice it also acts kind of like a focus. So you're able to change the focus just a hair, but I mean, most of our phones do have a focus, so that should be good enough, but it's very cool that you can actually change it and really dial it in. So right now what we're going to be testing is the V1. So this here is a 15K. So we're going to pop on the 15K just to get you a better idea. And here, let me screw it on. This is going to take a little bit to get the threads to catch, but automatically you can see it's not bad. You know, it's not horrible, but this is typically not a shot I would want. There still is a lot of blue in the shot. The colors really don't look kind of like I see them. So obviously that's not one I personally would use. The next one here is going to be the 20K. Now the 20K, if you're looking at it, it really takes out a lot more of the blue. It takes a lot more of the blue, but still, I'm personally not too sold on the color. Generally, whenever I would do my shots, I would do them with both the 15 and the 20, as I felt both of those together really gave me the most accurate shot as far as what my eyes were seeing. So this shot here, what I'm going to be doing, let me quickly screw off the 20. And what I'm going to do is, typically this is how my shots were always done. They were done with the 15 and the 20 stacked up against each other. And in my opinion, this was just the right balance of taking out the blues while still getting a great rendition on the color, and was, as far as I can get it, you know, the closest as to what it looked like to my natural eye. But if you pay very close attention, the reds specifically, they start to become a little bit too red. You know, I would notice a lot of people would comment on my videos saying, hey, you're adding crazy saturation. It's like, hey, I'm sorry if my corals look like that. But no, I don't add any saturation to my videos. So that's just really what we were looking at. So a great shot is going to be here. We take off the stack and we're going to be putting on the V2. So this here is a V2, and let me quickly screw it on. And you're going to notice you get just a great balance of everything, but you can notice the colors are just a little bit more subtle. It's not as saturated as it was with the other ones, but like I said, this is in my opinion pretty much what my eyes are seeing, you know, with the shot. So hopefully this kind of gives you guys a better gauge as to you know, the V1 versus a V2, but pretty much I'm sold on the V2. So everyone, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I don't know about you, but you can clearly notice the difference. I'm really loving the V2. I believe from the looks of this, the V1 owners are going to be able to buy just the V2 lens by itself. So there's no need to worry. It's not like you have to go buy a whole brand new product. You can still use your clip, save a little bit of money, because essentially the clip is pretty much the same. But yeah, if you ask me, I think the V2 is 100% worth it. If you don't take too many pictures and you don't really care that much of the look, the V1 is still great. So if you're an owner of the V1 and you don't really care that much about it, you know, by all means stick with it. But if you're really looking for the best picture and video quality, you guys have to check out the new viewer here by POLYPLAB. By POLYPLAB. So yeah, again, at the time of this video, it's not released yet. It should be up on the website within 1 to 2 weeks. And by then, most of your local vendors or online retailers that you'd like to shop at, they should have them in stock. I don't know the price yet, so I'm very sorry for that, guys. But yeah, we're gonna leave this video here. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to check it out on polyplab.com. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. As always, happy reefing.